Hi folks, I thought I'd take a minute to explain exactly what a push-up piano player is and how it works. It predated player pianos where the mechanism could fit inside the piano. In the early days, these mechanisms were large and bulky, and so they put them in a separate piece of furniture that you could roll up to an existing hand-played piano. And then this machine would play the piano for you. It consists of 88 fingers, which are operated by small bellows that press on the keys of the piano, just as you would with your fingers. It has a control for the sustain pedal that you can operate manually once it's put in place. It has these two rods right here, which you can raise up, and they touch the bottom of the keyboard when they're in place, and that prevents the whole thing from rising up off the floor when you're playing huge chords, and it keeps it stable. Also, Aeolian would have provided these cleats to the purchaser of this product back in the day, and they would be installed on the keyboard, and they could be installed in a way that they swing inward when not in use, so they're not sticking out. And then you swing them into position when you're ready to push the push-up player up to your piano. So let me put it in place and we'll talk a little bit about how it works. Now we have the unit in playing position, and you can see how these fingers correspond with all 88 keys on the piano. These rods, you can see I've got the rods lifted up, so now they're resting on the bottom of the key bed. And also the sustaining pedal lever is sitting on the sustaining pedal, so that when I operate that from here, then it's pressing the sustain pedal. So just an explanation of what we've got in the spool box. This pointer is connected to the tempo control. On metro-style piano rolls, there's a printed line on the roll that you're supposed to follow as best you can with this pointer. And that is to create a more hand-played feel as you're playing the roll. This indicator tells you where the stack divides. The stack is divided bass half, treble half, and you have controls here to control each half separately. So this is loud bass, this is loud treble. Basically, these bypass what we call the thematist regulator down here and allow you to accent individual notes or entire passages in the bass, treble, or both together during the performance of the roll. As we talked about, this is tempo, and then we've got play and rewind right here. So this system is a little bit different than your typical thematist system, where you have two controls regulating the volume of the accompaniment in the bass and treble. In this, you have two controls that allow you to accent the bass and treble, and the volume of the accompaniment is set by this thematist regulator. And interestingly, it has this mechanism right here, which connects to the reservoir on the bellows, so that when the reservoir closes all the way, it activates this, which controls the normally fixed end of the knife valve in the thematist and gives you an extra little boost or punch in volume. So you can get quite a bit of control of the accompaniment level by the way you pedal and the way these are all set. So it's a really fascinating machine, and I'm really enjoying playing it. Just to demonstrate how great the repetition is on this thing, I'm going to play the repetition test part of the extreme test roll, only instead of playing it at tempo 70, I'll play it at tempo 100. And this thing does it. Now, I have to pump like absolutely mad, especially when you've got, 20 or 30 notes all repeating simultaneously. But this thing just impressed the heck out of me with its repetition. So here we go. the idea.